Howdy, gang. It's Tom. I just want to report to all you on my side that it's starting to go better now. And we did get some pretty decent rest last night. I still complain I'm a little too warm at times, but I guess it's not too bad. It does seem like we're healing in our body. And I woke up this morning and I was so happy. I mean, I was just so happy. And I mean, it's really, it's been probably, it's been a long time since I was able to wake up happy. And so I'm really thankful for that. And I'm really grateful that I'm, getting some really good help, and they're making sure that I'm not ill and that my cold's getting better and going away. My cough will be gone in a few days, I'm sure. And of course, our mood is just excellent and getting better, it seems like. And our attitude, of course, and we truly are of good cheer and are feeling way past optimism to truth. God loves them. Heaven loves them. It's just, I will say there have been a couple reasons for concern. The lady I saw yesterday, I didn't fully recognize in the other car, but she stood out to me yesterday in such a way that it was like to suggest that I knew her, or she was one of those that I had become close with spiritually. Is what I'm saying, I guess. And she was pretty. And I was picking up the roomie from Sam's today and saw a trio of pretty walk by, and I thought, well, very definitely things have changed. I also saw the Black Witches still on it. Apparently, I didn't. I would. To be honest, I will tune in sometimes, trying to listen to her, thinking I know who that is. Oh, Jesus Lord, what you people get yourselves into. But what I see there is like, they've got a story and they damn well are trying to stick to it, or keep modifying it in ways, because for some reason they think that they are the liar that can get away with everything, get everything they want. They really didn't like the fact that Mick was saying you can't always get what you want, because they had no humility, I do believe, and just overrun with conceit, pride, arrogance, as though they're royalty and they should be able to get whatever they want whenever they want, which is pretty hilarious. But even though I couldn't listen to the thing, I know they were quoting songs now and stuff. It's like, it probably would be best for you just go ahead and get away from the book, because the book sort of glaringly is in juxtaposition to you and all of your, I just say it would be, the book and everything is in opposition to you and your attitude and a whole lot of other stuff. Now, are there a bunch of people out there that just don't listen and want to misinterpret? Yeah, I've been real close to some of those in recent years, and they don't want to hear. They don't want the explanation. I could show up being Jesus with a great big halo around my head, and for everybody to see it, and they look at me and go, "You're a man, and I remember whenever blah blah blah, you weren't any good at blah 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 blah." All right, well, go to hell. But then you're so much closer to it now than you could imagine. Everyone in this thing, in the world before and in this junk world here, have been running around going, it's the world we're in, and it's all sunshine and happiness, and God's everywhere, and certainly not in these latest versions, it seems like. And I would try to, point out to people that there's other ways to look at this so that you don't delude yourself or allow the devil to delude you. There's lots of people out there who've discovered the truth about it all, especially the witches. Those that go far enough down that road, they're like, uh-oh. It's not what they thought. It's not, because I think they think, well, I'm just going to get with the big evil mother at the end, and we're going to hang out together and go woohoo. Well, no, they won't be doing that. But celebrating as a whole bunch of chicks together, going, we don't need no man, right? But what they find is there's this great big huge black and thing, and probably red, looking an awful lot like that movie. Yeah, that's right. I had to go back and check. See, what was the name of the movie? Like in Legend, with that the guy from, I think it was from the guy from the Rocky Horror Picture Show with the big getup with the gigantic black horns and all that. See, whenever you meet him, then you find out, you were just really going against the Father in heaven whenever you were saying, I don't need no man. And hating men, you were in effect hating your Father in heaven. And there's somebody waiting to reward that. They don't like you very much either, but they'll reward it in ways, well, you won't like that either. But again, that good witch is so afraid of one who's so afraid of me. And I got the great pleasure to hear Rodger singing today about how he'll run and he will never stop. He'll call that a bargain. The best he ever had. And I say, God bless the boys in the band too. And I thank them so much for all the good that they've done for me. And then I got to hear, the other song. I will pick up our guitar and play just like yesterday. And then I'll get on my knees and pray. But I know heaven's not going to allow us to be fooled again. And of course, we were reminded by Zeppelin of our mission. So whenever I'm looking at Disney characters who are probably married to black dogs and are probably just simply the more aggressive of the cool chick corporation, okay? You and I both know that my connection with the Lord and heaven, all those above, will not be broken, will not be forsaken. And whenever they sing in rage, now that you're under control, that's the way I like it. I like to be white. I like to be white as white can be. And I will not tolerate the black. I am a white guy, and the whites aren't going to tolerate the black here. We're not doing that anymore. This is, that was all a game back then, and experimentation and stuff for us who didn't know anything. But of course, as we look in retrospect, we learned a lot, and learned a lot about what we don't really want or need. And we don't need black. We like white, and we're going to stay with white. And the good blue, because this is a triumph of the skies. The skies love me, the heavens love me, and we love them. So, but again, like when we're down here on the ground, we're just all white, and we're doing white, except for the blues, the blue stripes and stuff. But, no, we're not dark. We're not going to be dark. We're not joining darkness. We're not marrying the darkness. And so, regardless, I saw what I sometimes refer to as filter face on there, given a little message, which I can listen to them whenever they got something to say, whenever they're not flashing a damn card at me every second like that means something, like this is proof of something, or it's like you don't know how insulting you are with those. So that's why I just tune you other chicks out. But whenever you got a message, I'll hear it sometimes. But as soon as you run into the inception point, as soon as you run into that, and you're going to take care of people and take the damned and coddle them and give them your milk and grow them up, and I think, and you're going to burn and die choking on your own blood probably if you don't back off and quit trying that shit. That's just crazy. We're not here to serve darkness. What's the song say? There walks a lady they all know, who shines white light and wants to show. Exactly what? How everything turns to crap? How all evil is indulged forever? No. How the night is going to have the run of everything for ages and ages that never end? And then they never have to burn? No, not at all. She shines white light to show that everything still turns to gold. Now, there are those things out there that don't want to be day. I'm guessing, and I'm not exactly sure what the Father's idea is on that. But there'll be no Carrington event, and there'll be no disruption of internet, and there'll be no catastrophic, change in the game where the world is ending and we're not able to get out and make our way the way we're supposed to and be known, because that's what's going to happen. I was listening to CJ earlier, and he was talking about, you're going to be world known and blah, blah, blah. Well, now listen, if that serves the purposes of my Father in heaven, if it serves the purposes of heaven, if it makes it more of a triumph for the skies, that certainly is what I'll be doing. Oh, I can't wait to get out there and be the one saying the truth. Because everyone from CSN to Jesus Jones has been waiting on me to do exactly that. So are we beefing up? Yeah, we still are. And if you want to talk to me, it's so funny, guys. As I do try to tune into some of them. I was talking about the Disney character, and she was, her message is all over the place, it seemed like the other day. But there was the theme, that came back again, and I'm not saying I watched it all. I didn't give it a real fair chance. That's because I don't like to be manipulated. But this whole, service to self and blah, 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 blah. Everything that I do for me and my body, this vessel, all that I do, in every way that I grow, it is service to the day. I am day, surrounded by day, in my daylight here. And that's the way I like it. Day, going its own way. And that's what we're doing. No, we're not going to hook up with anything else. We're not partnering. We're not wanting to stay. We're wanting to do what we came to do. And we'll hang out for a while too. And, we'll help and make things better, and it'll be nice. But yeah, they're building me up so that it doesn't matter whatever comes my way or doesn't like what I say. It's not going to mean anything, because they're not going to be able to touch us. In other words, they can all take aim at one time, and then they can all hold hands as they die together. Because it won't work against me. It'll all come back up on them. Just like I was standing there talking to the dark dad one day, and I was explaining to him, the whole concept of the chain of love, and which is like, that game of Barrel of Monkeys. They just keep on hooking the one below them, and they keep on pulling each other up, and that's how that works. And he hates it, because he don't want to lose any of them. But the fact of the matter is that they've had a great run. They got to enjoy a whole lot of stuff, and I have to go back up, and I am going back up, and there is going to be anything that stops that. No matter which way you look at it, that's the way it works out. And by the way, God bless Kid Rock for addressing the Congress and mentioning the song from The Who, I heard. And and for deciding to put on a decent rock and roll show for those who don't want to be inundated by the demon infested show that is. Not to say that any of those boys that he's going to have with him playing don't have demons. I'm sure they've been winning against him, though. And I pray that they do. Because, after all, none of us want to stay with demons. They were only there to teach us some things and to remind us of who they are and who we are. And so I'm just real happy that I'm free of the demonic. Very, very happy. I'm happy that I've been continued to be raised. And I received some good food, I think, yesterday, and I'm so grateful for it. It did make me feel better. And I understand that there's more coming. The only reason why I even thought in my mind about the relationship to it and my wheels was the song. And I think that it won't probably be too long before we'll have our wheels below us again. More of them probably than ever. And bigger than ever. And then we'll probably have something like a soul train heading up into the heavens. What do you think? Does it sound like a plan? And you know, the higher we get, the easier it is to shine and help things turn gold again. Don't you know? What I would tell the others is that I don't think there's going to be any forced conversions. You don't have to worry about that. But it would probably be best if you stood back down. You know, you were telling me to sit down. I'm going to tell you, it'd be best for you to stay out of my way. Stop making noises. And play nice instead. Because playing mean is, as far as I can tell, has paid off very poorly for you so far. And I did try to advise you, but one of the things that the little filter girl was talking about last night or this morning was, oh, you've been trained, blah 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 blah. And the problem is they're just trying to create a connection, energy connection with us, which you can't maintain those if I pray against it. The door closes, and that snaps shut, and whatever was there is gone. But they were talking about a whole bunch of stuff that would be obvious to anyone who had been through. It's like, I think to myself, "Whoa, are you trying to be insulting? Or are you actually trying to be helpful?" Because of the information that they were putting out there and stuff, and tell me what it's like to be a star or something. I'm thinking, I wouldn't have any idea what that's like. Not at all. I don't even have any idea what it's like to be famous. Not at all. Dehumanizing, you say? You mean I won't be able to trust everybody that's around me? You say they all want a piece of me? Gosh, I wouldn't have any idea what that's about. All I can tell you is, no, you don't really get pieces of me. You can serve the crown. And in service to the crown, you can earn. And you can be smiled upon. You can be favored. And you might turn to gold. But otherwise, if you got bad attitudes and we're going to capitalize on it and turn it into a money-making cash cow for us, you should probably not be involved at all. And that's my very best advice to you as just a day here in my daylight. But past that, God love each and every one of you who have been loving me sincerely. Heaven love you and bring their blessings upon you. And they know what that means. If you have this trouble or that, they'll help. And it's at the expense of the enemies. So it's going to be all good. Have an amen. In the name of the truth, in the name of the Prince of Peace, our Father in heaven, the light and the life, him that is the way. Have an amen. I'm going to rest and continue to recuperate physically. My appetite is diminishing very quickly, and I am not liking the sugars as much. I had reverted back to sugared drinks because I couldn't eat anything for a while there, and I thought I have to have calories of some sort, because you know how that 30-day fast went whenever I was getting attacked all the time, and so I've continued on with that. But I've got to the point now where I can still drink some of that, but only with my food. And as soon as the food's gone, it's like, ooh, this is nasty. That's too much. So I'll be off of that again real soon. And I can only drink maybe a half cup coffee. It's just like, I understand it and see it and feel it as like memory of the past, an echo that I haven't quite, I did let go of it altogether completely on the fast, but I'll do that again. And I suppose that we'll have some new channels started here before too long. And I'm not exactly sure how that's all going to go, but I understand there's a lot of people out there that love me and have been waiting for me a long time, so they'll help to get me out on the field so I can swing that bat and knock a whole bunch of them into the home, get them back to the house. And it'll be good, because, after all, I'm a natural at this. God bless Robert Redford. He was a great star, wasn't he? Don't you think? He's just one of those guys, like, you just knew he was a good guy, like Glenn Campbell. God bless Glenn Campbell. Okay, guys. Well, listen, take care of yourselves. Stay clean. And thank you all very much for discouraging you-know-who from continuing to be suicidal. I've seen in them traits there that I saw in another Capricorn. And he's way past that now because he passed on. And I'm very thankful to God for keeping my brother, and that they brought him to a safe place, and he's able to been working since then, and he'll be able to get to earn and do better. And I'm very happy about that for my brother, and thank you, God, so much for that. And again, I thank the good Lord again that enabled me to be made free of the anger. And I'm just so darn happy. I am. I remind myself of one of those liquid television guys, characters they had on there, and they looked like they were just inbred kids. And they're like, that song's so good, we're just... and they just keep crying and breaking down crying. We're just going to do it again. So, it is good. The joy is good. The light is good. And it shall be protected, and it shall rise. And, I know there's a whole bunch of things that there's bad people are afraid of, and they're afraid things are going to change. But guys, again, there's got to be a morning after. By God, it's guaranteed. And if I am the last day, I gave you 20 years to get ready. God bless you, and God love you. All of you working for me, all you connected to me. I've been praying about the demons for you. And all of you who are sincerely working for me, the heavens will be making the demons away from you. You will get shielded. They'll have to be broken from you. They're not going to be able to command you or influence you while you're working directly here. That's just not possible. So keep on doing good. We're starting to get into that zone. And for all of you on the other side that have been carrying weight and so on and so forth, good for you. I appreciate it. I thank you for doing so without complaining or trying to turn around and make it a cost to me, like you're going to try and profit in some way other than your soul will become lighter. Remember that in purgatory, suffering buys you much. When you're suffering for the Lord, when you're suffering for the day, when you're suffering for the family of light and life. Okay? So God bless you. God love you. And we'll just keep on going. And hopefully we'll be able to get everybody in a really great place eventually at some place at some point in time. At least all those that want to, I don't know exactly how people get in line to do it and how they play that game and stuff, because I'm not going to be here forever. So I'm not going to be here forever for people to suffer for. I'm pretty sure of that, unless we change the entire dynamic and everything becomes a lot more apparent. And that's what they've told me about in that one particular place that was supposed to be mine. But what they told me about how it ran just doesn't. That's not going to be the way it goes. I'm real sure of that. But again, God love you and God keep you.